Strasbourg Steve are here with me now. So far, the City fans have not turned up. The City fans are not here. Mo, where are they?
They're hiding. I'm gonna start with a question that I don't know if it's only me or is everybody else notices. I know one of the super chatters actually had this. When Chelsea were 1-0 up and Newcastle were absolutely at the end of the first half putting Man City under pressure and they had like a corner and everything, there was given 1 minute and the corner, the second phase of the corner kick, the referee couldn't wait to whistle, right? Even though in the first half there was a goal and Jack Grealish was injured twice, rightfully or wrongfully, but they gave 1 minute. But when City, it was 1-1 and City are about to lose 2 points, they raised the board as 7 minutes and they continue while City trying to press Newcastle. Has anyone here noticed that? Like 1 minute, even though there were 2 injuries in the first half, right? Versus 7 minutes because City are losing 2 points and they're pressing. That's number one. Number two, I echo what you said, Terry. We said that you, Mark Holland, most likely City are not going to be dangerous. And that proved today. The number 3 thing is that when we say that City, their attack is very, very good, but now there's KDB is not there. Now it shows the creativity is not, it doesn't exist, right? Vator is here. There is one more thing that I want to ask City fans. If you are the best player in the league last season, how do you within a couple of months turn into a super sub? Like how? There is no, this doesn't make any sense to me.
No,
like
how I agree with all these questions. Let's pose them to Vator first of all. What went wrong today, V? Another game you're leading, another game you drop points, another game where you lack spark, a lack of creativity, a lack of goal scorers, Foden on the bench. What's Pep getting wrong at the moment for you?
What's Pep getting wrong? First, let me say credit to Newcastle. Tough game as expected. The physicality in that game was definitely noted. Last season, we were only able to get a win when a KDB came on after injury and was spectacular with a pass to Oscar Bob. So we missed that brilliance today. Newcastle have fought us hard before, so it's no surprise that going back, it was going to be this type of game. What Pep got wrong? I mean, we're missing some quality in that midfield. We're missing Rodri. We're missing, obviously, KDB. But when it comes down to Foden and this question of him being the best player of last season, absolutely he was. This season, he's had some things to deal with, and obviously he hasn't come back fully healthy and things to manage, whether it's on the pitch, off the pitch. And he hasn't crumbled. I think he's just trying to find his stride. They defended well. They attacked well. They were very good. Newcastle were very good. If Pep needs to do anything, it's to find out what is going to be the system without a Rodri. Because Kovacic, as great as he is, cannot play that role by himself. And when it requires another player in partnership, that changes how we are in terms of space on that midfield. So I'm giving credit to Newcastle. I think we're probably seeing what this league is going to be all about with regards to how close it is. There's no more hiding. There's no Arsenal saying City are favorites. There's no Liverpool saying we're not in this title chase. This title for this season is going to expect all those 3 clubs and possibly Chelsea to be going after it. I'm giving credit to Newcastle today.
Can I ask a question, Victor? Do you think Foden gets the same treatment as the Sakas and the Odegaards and the rest of the players and Mohamed Salah? Like, if Saka is getting dropped by Arteta for the first 6 games of the season, coming off the bench, do you think Foden is being protected? Like, be honest about this.
I'm being honest, Mo. It's not a being dropped. Foden's form Foden not playing is not because he doesn't have the form. Foden came into the season with some injury, so the fact that he isn't playing, Pep knows when he's right, he's going to be on that pitch. I don't think Foden is quote unquote protected.
But Saka played with a lot of injuries before, and he played 90 minutes, put in numbers, and no protection for him.
The thing is, sorry, V, let me jump in here. The thing is, I understand what he's doing with Foden to a degree. Didn't really have a preseason, played a lot of football in the summer. He's being rested. The problem is, he was your best player last year outside of Rodri, and it is barring a fairly fortuitous win against Watford because they had a goal disallowed. They shouldn't have had disallowed. You guys have struggled in your last 3 games to win matches. He needs to come onto the football pitch. But before that, I want to pull you up on something.
But let me answer.
Hang on, you're giving credit to Newcastle because I don't want to let this slide. I get you're giving credit to Newcastle. They did defend well today. They did, and Newcastle gave you a good game. But this is your 3rd draw in 3 matches. It can't just be each time credit to X, credit to Y, credit to Z. Surely, it's both Salvio and Doku starting the game on the bench today. Silva dropping another stinker. Why has he not been dropped? Where are the questions around who's going to score your goals when Haaland can't? Surely, as City fans, you should be asking these questions.
Well, when you say that, I saw opportunities where Grealish having started actually created a lot for us. I saw Silva playing that role right today was with regards to holding possession, was with regards to playing with a level of toughness, which I think Pep might have questioned of a Savinho early in this league with the physicality of a Newcastle. So I'm saying that because when we have questions on who's going to score, it's a matter of seeing it. We know that we can score by committee. We've done it before. So the fact that we're not seeing it right now, more time needs to be played out. And again, this whole giving credit, it's rightfully so. Terry, listen, Newcastle away was tough. We barely got a win last season. They play us very well. We had a difficult game last season, and that was with a KDB and a Rodri. I'm giving credit to Newcastle also with the fact that we have a back-to-back draw when it comes down to the quality of teams, Terry. Come on, man. Arsenal, you tell me all the time, and I believe you. They're scary. The fact that we had a draw against them, credit to Arsenal, and before that, playing in Champions League, Mo's right there. Mo would tell you they're winning the league. Syria is a quality Inter. So when we have those draws,
V, do you know what it is, right? We know that they're good. We know they're good teams. And you're right to give them credit in certain areas. The one thing that frustrates me with a lot of you City fans that come on is when you have poor games and poor results, there is never criticism for constructive criticism for individuals. Today, Edison should be criticized. Today, Kyle Walker should be criticized. Playing Gordon onside, wasn't in line, led to the penalty as an example. All I ever hear from City fans is we're so brilliant because we keep high standards. But when your team plays badly and things go wrong, you just either want to say we were robbed or you want to say credit to the other team. We didn't really do anything wrong today. We were brilliant. We were brilliant. Our opponents were just slightly better or better than us. And I think you're being disingenuous. You know there are things that are wrong right now. Why won't you call them out?
Terry, if you want me to provide some criticism to the players or to the manager, I can do that. When you phrase it as what went wrong, that's where I have to point out the 2 teams are playing here. So it's not necessarily of something going wrong about credit with regards to the opposition across the pitch. So let me say this. Walker, I think, had a good game. I know he cost us the goal in terms of not being fully aligned with you can stay in the car. You can stay in the car. Not being fully in line with the defensive, but in terms of the overall game, I thought he played well. Silva out on that wing, he's not going to provide us with what we normally see from a Savinho or even a Doku on that side. So if I'm going to be critical, sorry, so walk faster. If I'm going to be critical of, I'm taking my daughter to ballet. If I'm going to be critical
of the, mate, I know the feeling.
Yeah. If I'm going to be critical of the players on that pitch, I think Pep's got to figure out who is going to play with the bravery and the necessarily ball possession and control of a Rodri. And I honestly don't know who it is. I don't know who's going to do that.
On that, I mean, I said it earlier. Who the hell was that Ilkay Gundogan you signed today? Because that is not the guy. That is not Silky Ilky. He looked awful.
But also, I think Pep is protecting some players, to be honest. I think, to be honest with you, in the beginning of the season, just to be honest, in the beginning of the season, Man City looked more electric, more direct with Savinho, with Doku. And this rotation thing, I know that Jack Grealish created the goal today. But at some times, we looked when Foden came on, when Savinho came on, when Doku came on, they looked more direct. They are more direct players. Sometimes with Bernardo, with Jack Grealish, with the rest of them, it is too slow. It's very slow, to be honest, for Man City. They need more. They need more dribbling. They need more for the players to be more direct. Gundogan, to be honest, I didn't think that he's gonna be like this. The drop is massive. He literally can't control his feet now in terms of running, controlling the ball. He's too slow. Maybe that's not the same Gundogan as Terry said. Foden needs to come in and step up. Forget this protection thing. He's injured. He does things. Big players and best players on the pitch, best players in the Premier League don't get protected. You step up when your team needs you. You don't sit on the bench. Don't do this rotation thing, rotation that. Phil Foden needs to hold some responsibility here, right? Because Man City need him. Right, Man City need
Mo,
him.
I need to.
You are muted. I'm sorry.
I need to stop you on this one. No. I gotta stop you on this one.
No. Let me finish. Let me finish, please. Thing about it is that I need the same treatment for every single player in the Premier League. When people call out the superstars, and Phil Foden is not a young player anymore. People say he's a superstar. You won Player of the Year. I'm not going to do this deflection on Pep. Pep is doing this for him. Pep is doing that for him. I don't care what Pep is doing. I'm looking at this Manchester City team. The best player in the Premier League is being sit on the bench while City are struggling for creation. I am literally going to look at him. I'm not looking at Pep.
No, that's fine. That's fine. Let me give you some context, though, because this is what sometimes
there's no context you can give.
No, of course, there's no context I can give you. So let me speak to Terry then. The point with regards to what's happening right now is look at who's injured. Look at the fact that we're playing without KDB and Rodri, and we also don't have Oscar Bob. If Pep is going to rush a player on that pitch and it actually extends his recovery and it sets him back, then we're screwed. So I understand the mentality in terms of, yes, I got to bring him along so that I know I have him available when I'm already missing two quality players that are no longer at the squad. So this is the context of a manager that's not just coaching and giving instructions, but managing a squad. So I understand that as a City fan. I get that doesn't matter. I just want to see this player. That's you. But if I'm trying to win a FIP with the injuries I have right now, I need to make sure I bring this player along and he's healthy and ready to go for a full 90. That's my point.
But at the same time, Vader, at the same time, though, I hear you with your injuries. They're big to your team. At the same time, though, Vader, we're missing Isak. We've been missing Botman, our best center back. We've been missing him for a
Yeah, is your manager rushing them to the pitch, though? This is the point I'm making to Mo.
Isak had a broken toe. He can't play football. This is what people need to understand.
And Botman's been out in ACL.
I play football.
I'm not calling out any. I'm not saying that we should have a pity party or anything like that. I'm just telling you how my manager is managing injuries with who's missing. And I think, Steve, you would agree. If you already have injuries to some key players, if you see a knock on Gordon, are you going to rush him? Sometimes you have to. Go ahead.
It depends, though, because our squad depth and yours are two different worlds, bro. Our squad depth is when Tonali's on a yellow and he's kind of tiring out in the game. Our bench is Longstaff on for Tonali. They're worlds apart. Your bench, the drop-off is nowhere near as severe. Like Rodri to Kovacic is a downgrade, but still a very good player. That's what I would say.
This is what a load of waffle, Vator, to be honest with you. Didn't Foden play 90 minutes against Watford? That, by the way, if players are injured, they don't play 90 minutes. He literally played 90 minutes.
Yeah,
that means he's fit.
This is the problem here with this conversation. I know my Wi-Fi is bugging out, but the problem is with this conversation is what we are looking for. Again, we're not even trying to catch City fans out. I think what we're looking for is some honesty. When anybody else's teams play badly or get bad results, you hear, I like this, I didn't like that. Oh, he had a bad game today. Pep's really got to fix this. I don't like what we're doing here. With City fans, there always seems to be excuses. And I was just the other team are really good today. And I don't know. For me, we don't, and maybe it annoys us because we don't even see it from the media. City could draw their next 3 games and they still won't criticize City for anything. And it's weird to me that every other team in the world, other teams can win and get positive results, and the media spend a week criticizing them. City, no matter what they do wrong, everybody leaves them alone. I just find it really interesting. I really, really do.